It's always nice when you make a video and you talk about the topic and then you realize halfway through the video that you've got the topic confused. And this is such a case because I was talking about the fancy heading, but I pulled up advanced heading and I got so confused with the two, but I was talking about the fancy heading. So let me show you what the fancy heading is all about. We are looking at the Ultimate Add-ons pack for Elementor, and this contains a lot of widgets that adds functionality to your Elementor page builder experience. The fancy heading is a very familiar thing that we've seen lately on websites. Is this animated text that is part of a heading. You can change the text animates, and it also changes what it says in the next one. For example, here you have Vintage Collections Chardonnay Brut, and then you have Pinot Noir. And I'm trying my best French accent, even though I've got this highly sophisticated French name and surname, and I do not speak a word French. Je ne parle pas français. Anyway, let's hop on over and I'm going to show you what the fancy heading is about. Here we have a wonderful retreat. You are lost in the rat race. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and it's time for you to sit down and go and find yourself. Begin a new journey, and we want to draw your attention. So we type in fancy heading, and we get the fancy heading widget from Ultimate Add-ons for Elementor. Drag it in here and drop it. Now, these widgets all come with three parts. You have the before text, which is I am. Then you have the after text, which in this case is designer. And then you have the changing text, the alternating text, which you input here. Now, as you can see by default, I do not like at all what this widget is doing in default. I hate the fact that this designer keeps moving out and back and out and back. And if you look at the examples that Ultimate Add-ons for Elementor have on their site, then you will see they do not have the after part. So it does not create that disruptance. You know, it just feels discontinued. It feels weird, disembodied. I don't know what is the dis word I'm looking for, but that just feels wrong. So I am a big proponent of deleting the after text unless you are flushing it to the right. So I'm going to remove that. And then to bring it into context, I'm going to say open your, then we can say over here, heart, open your heart. Open your mind, open your soul. And as you know how these things go at the end of the day, it's all about, yes, you got it, open your wallet. There we go. And now, of course, we need to go and style it. I have, what do I have up here? I think it's advanced. Oh, this is an advanced heading. Let me just go grab the separator's color over here. Okay, I'm going to copy this one, Control Command C. Then go over here into our fancy heading. And then for our style, we go into, am I in the right one? Let me just make sure. Oh, the heading text, and there's fancy text, fancy. And then text color, I'm going to make this one the color we just copied. There you see, now open your soul. And it applies it to both the before and after, as well as the animated. And now to override the animated, you go to fancy text. And then you just add it. Let's style it as well. And every time you want to apply default for both animated and the before and after text, you do it at the heading text. So typography, let me just make sure this is on Montserrat. I think it is. No, because I'm typing like Shakespeare. Ah, there we go. Open your heart. Let's make it a little bit. Yes, a little bit more. Okay. And should we put it in uppercase? Nah, let's keep it at the default. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, not too big. And I'm going to put it back on 400. I think I just like it as a lighter font family over there. There you go. And that, my dear friends, that is the fancy text. Fancy. Don't you fancy it? So go hop on over to Ultimate Add-ons for Elementor. You can find the link in the description below. And if you're watching this video and on your clock it says 1 day, 13 hours, 35 minutes and 6, 5, 4 seconds left, and your date is 11/26, then you still have 1 day to grab it off at 30% discount, which includes Cyber Monday 2018. If though you find that this is the future, you will know that this deal has already expired. This is Jay Beer with Websites for Beginners.